of course, if you didn't learn anything from last week's show, then well, what were you doing? I mean, what were you listening to if you didn't learn anything from last week? But we have a little jingle for this section, believe it or not. It's not like we went on about the jingles last week at all or anything. We kept it pretty much on the down low. But here's another one anyway. The information action ratio is the place to go.
Featured as the opening track on the band's debut album, Whatever People Say, and That's What I'm Not. Recorded in September 2005 by Jim Abyss. Now, I did some digging, and there are conflicting reports on other people involved in the producing of this album. There was an Ewan Davies mentioned. So if these guys are listening, I hope they appreciate this nod, because I really didn't have to do this. Alan Smythe gets a reference again. And he, obviously, if you were listening last week, produced the demos, so perhaps that's why he gets a nod. There was an assistant called Henry, which I would like to think he was French, and he was called, Henri. It was Henri.
Exchange student.
This was mixed by Barney. He was, work experience. But it was mixed by Barney with his assistant, Owen Skinner. So Barney deemed important enough to have an assistant. So a lot of people there.
Assistant to the engineer.
Assistant to the engineer. Some could be true. Some of that could be true. All of that could be true. None of that could be true. Is too many cooks spoil the broth. Not in this case, I would say. But the track is 3 minutes and 42 seconds long and has a tempo of 146 beats per minute. It currently has 72.7 million streams on Spotify, and it was expected to be the band's third single, but unexpectedly, as they like to do, the band announced in March 2006 that they would instead be releasing a 5-track EP, Who the Fuck Are Arctic Monkeys? The View from the Afternoon will be the first track on the EP and come with an accompanying video. But the 5-track nature of the EP would disqualify it from the UK singles chart, as it was too long, and would simultaneously also disqualify it from the UK album chart because it was cost too little. Bloody UK red tape. Alex Turner said at the time, "This is one of the last songs written for the album. There's nothing clever. It's just about anticipating the evening, finding comfort in familiarity, and the fact that you know you're bound to send a daft message or something before the sun comes up. I think I've stopped doing that now." However, if later track Why Do You Only Call Me When You're High is anything to go by, then he has not yet stopped doing that circa 2013.